What if the real profit is not in the product, but in the platform where it is listed? Because the same item can feel cheap in one place and valuable in another. That gap is where the hidden margin starts. Most people think reselling is about finding rare stuff. On Facebook Marketplace, people sell for speed. On eBay, people often pay for searchability, trust, and reach. Same item, different audience. Different urgency, different price. That is the business. Here is the first question. Why would the exact same item sell for more on eBay than on Facebook Marketplace? It is about context. On Facebook Marketplace, buyers expect deals. They want pickup, negotiation, and convenience close to home. On eBay, buyers often expect selection, shipping, buyer protection, and access to items they cannot find locally. That changes what they are willing to pay. So a used camera lens sitting on Facebook for $100 can feel overpriced to local bargain hunters. But the same lens listed well on eBay can look fair to a buyer 3 states away who has been searching for it all week. That is not magic. It is market mismatch. And market mismatch creates margin. Here is the second question. What are people actually arbitraging here? Not just products, attention. They are moving an item from a low-attention marketplace to a high-intent marketplace. One seller wants it gone. One buyer has been actively looking. That difference matters more than most people think. Because value is not fixed. Value moves with urgency, visibility, trust, and access. That is why this works best on items with recognizable demand. Camera gear, tools, electronics, collectible parts, discontinued products, niche hobby items. Things people search for specifically, but do not always find locally. And this is where most beginners get it wrong. They look for random, cheap stuff, when they should be looking for pricing gaps. The product matters, but the spread matters more. Buy at 100, sell at 160. After fees and shipping, maybe there is still real margin. Buy at 90, sell at 95. That is not a business. That is activity. So the real skill is not finding stuff. It is recognizing spread. Here is the third question. If the opportunity is real, why do most people still miss it? Because the process looks too simple. Search local listings, compare sold prices, estimate fees, estimate shipping. Move only when the numbers stay clean. That does not sound exciting. And boring systems are where a lot of hidden income lives. It also takes patience, because not every item is a deal, and not every deal is worth the effort. The best operators are not buying more. They are filtering harder. They know brand names, model numbers, shipping costs, common defects, typical resale ranges. They know what actually sells, not just what looks cheap. That is what turns flipping into arbitrage. And once you understand that, Facebook Marketplace stops looking like a random pile of listings. It starts looking like inventory mispriced by urgency. One seller wants cash today. Another buyer wants certainty tomorrow. You sit in the middle and capture the gap. That is the hidden margin. But there is a second layer here too. Once someone gets good at spotting spread, they can go narrower. One category, one niche, one type of item, one repeatable play. That is when it stops feeling like random flipping and starts feeling like a system. A sourcing system, a listing system, a pricing system, a shipping system, a repeatable edge. And that is where it becomes more real than most people expect. So if you wanted to test this, do not start by asking, "What can I flip?" Ask the better question. Where is the price wrong because the platform is wrong? That question gets you closer to profit much faster. Because in modern arbitrage, the money is not always in the item. Sometimes it is hiding in the gap between two marketplaces that value the same thing differently. That is the kind of edge most people scroll past. Subscribe if you want more hidden income ideas hiding in plain sight.